Have you ever looked at your bank statement or your calendar and thought, my goodness, I spend so much time and money on things I don't even need? It's sobering when the receipts and the hours tell the truth. They reveal our hidden desires. That's exactly what the prophet Haggai is pressing on God's people. They had just come back from exile. Their homes were paneled, their curtains hung, their pantries filled. Meanwhile, the house of the Lord was still a pile of rubble. Their comfort grew while worship sat neglected. And God is blunt. Consider your ways. It's kind of like us saying, have you lost your mind? Because I'll help you find it. It's like you better think about what you're doing. Here's what they forgot. No matter how much they planted, ate, drank, clothed themselves, or earned, they would never be satisfied. Their bags had holes in them. Because that's what life looks like when God's house is an afterthought. When He is not first, nothing else fills the void. And notice this, when Israel neglected the temple, it wasn't just a private failure. The whole community was left weak, hungry, and unsustained. When worship collapses, entire families suffer. When the altar is forgotten, the people's hearts begin to fracture. Our personal neglect of God always spills over into communal ruin. We've witnessed this reality in how our children fall away from the faith when we don't live the faith with authenticity. Then the gospel shows us Herod. He's fascinated, perplexed, even curious enough to keep trying to see Jesus, but he's never willing to change. His guilty conscience haunted him. The murderer of John trembled at shadows, fearing even the possibility of his resurrection. And that's what sin does. It makes the soul restless, suspicious, and timid. Notice the contrast between curiosity and faith. Curiosity looks but does not love. It peeks in but never bows down. It wants answers without having to be obedient. And that's why Herod remained stuck. He wanted to see Jesus with his eyes, but had no desire to receive him with faith. A spiritual voyeur will never become a disciple. So we have to ask ourselves, are we disciples who allow Jesus to reorder our loves, or are we Herod, keeping a safe distance while our guilty conscience eats away at us? A spiritual audit is never comfortable, but it is necessary. What do our calendars, budgets, and conversations reveal about the hidden desires of our hearts? What does our evening routine say about the spiritual home we're building? If it's just decorative panels for the walls, the house will collapse. But if it's rebuilt on the solid foundation of God, then the house shines with the beauty of the faith. So here's the key. Curiosity without conversion starves the soul, but holy desire fills the spirit. God does not want us to be mere spectators. He wants us to seek Him. He wants seekers who will let Him take root in their hearts, even if that means pruning, even when it costs us something. The Eucharist, of course, is our truest audit. Here we bring not only bread and wine, but also the week's priorities and choices. And the Lord asks us, have you considered your ways? Will you let me rebuild my house in you? Here's the good news. The Lord does not shame us into building. He delights in us. He calls us. He is joyful when we turn back and put him first. When we let him rebuild with us, he clothes us with victory rather than vanity. He gives us treasures that last rather than passing delights. So today's invitation is simple yet clear. Consider your ways. Don't stop at curiosity, but seek God with commitment. Rebuild his house, beginning with your own heart.